Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here. And today I want to be naming my top 10 teams that I could see winning in the near future, whether it's in the Truck Series, Xfinity, or Cup Series. Now that's the only three, we're only going to do those series. We're not going to do ARCA or any other. So let's get into it. Number 10, I have Joey Gase Motorsports. Now, if you look at the most recent results, they don't have the best finishes. I believe most recent race they did was Iowa, and they finished 34th. But I think if they go to a super speedway, I believe their best finish was 9th. And that was at Talladega, I believe, in 2023 with Joey Gase. So they have potential to, I believe, win a race, whether it's at a super speedway, or I think it's going to be at a super speedway. But at intermediates, they're in the top 30s. Nothing crazy. I don't think they're going to win at intermediates, but I definitely think they can win at super speedways. But yeah, number 10, that's going to be Joey Gase. Moving on to number 9, I got Rick Ware Racing. Now, most of you probably don't know. Rick Ware Racing has had a couple Xfinity starts in their career. As you know, Rick Ware Racing does, I think, every single thing there is to do with motorsports. So, I believe their best finish in Xfinity was a 3rd, actually. Let me go check real quick. I'm gonna check the results or standings. Who was it? Yeah, their best finish in the Xfinity Series is a 3rd with Kevin Conway at Road America in 2014. Now you're probably asking, Rick Ware Racing, if you they're really slow, but that's mainly in the Cup Series. If you kind of look at their stats in Xfinity, they're about maybe not crazy, but sometimes the top 25, maybe top 30. And they have decent equipment in Xfinity. Now, I know Carson Ware just announced that he'll be making a start for Wicker Racing in the 51 at Bristol. Now, I know Carson Ware has some decent skill. His best finish, I think, was 22nd at Bristol. And I think Rick Ware Racing can get a win in Xfinity if they can get a good driver. Like I said, their best finish is 7th, like 3 or 4 times. I'm just going to put one out there. Cole Custer 7th at Coda, and 7th at Daytona with Jeff Green, and 7th with Cody Wares at Charlotte. They have decent equipment in Xfinity. I think they have what it takes to pick up a win, and that win could very likely come at Bristol. But anyway, moving on to number 8, I got SS Greenlight Racing. Now, I know this team has a win. That's why I put them very high on the list, because that win did come in 2023. It's been a while since they got that win. It's been a while since they've been competitive. But when they did get that win, they had a dominant car with Cole Custer. And if they can just get another decent driver in their car, like their 0714 car, I think they can get another win. I know they have decent, results. A couple of top 20s in 2025, a 10th at Daytona with Patrick Emmerling. They have decent skill. Or not skill, they have decent equipment for Xfinity standards. I believe their best finish their best finish is 1st, but since then, I think their best finish has probably been in a 10th at Daytona since they got that win at I believe, actually, let me think. Their best finish since that win at California was, I believe, a 5th, actually a 3rd with Cole Custer again in 2022. Now, if you just look at the 2022 stats, they have 5 top 10s. These people have the equipment. Just gotta get good drivers. Like Cole Custer got him 3 top 10s, Briscoe 1 top 10, and Brett Moffitt. Like these people have what it takes to get it done and get a win at any track there is. They just need a Cup driver to show them what kind of equipment they got. But that's number 8. Moving on to number 7, I have Young's Motorsports. These guys have always, I believe, had decent equipment in the truck series. Now this is our first truck series team, but I know they've won twice in the truck series with give me a second. I know they've won with Tate Fogelman in 2021 at Talladega, and they also won with Spencer Boyd at Talladega in 2019. But like even if you just look, around that, they've had decent equipment this year. The 02 is running decent at I believe it was Homestead, or was it the 20? I think it was the 20. He was running decent at Homestead. He was in the top 10 most of the race. I believe had some trouble maybe on pit road, fell back to 18th. But they have good equipment. They just need to get some good drivers, and lately they really have been picking the best drivers. Like some of the drivers they've had this year includes Jordan Anderson, which he did return at IRP. He's been out for a while. Wasn't going to be the best driver to pick, but I had Nathan Bird, who got a 2 top 15 finishes. And I think we could see them win in the future, whether it's super speed or intermediate or road course. I think they have what it takes to win a race. Next we have Rackley. I believe Rackley. This Rackley team. Let me double check on that. Yeah, it's just called Rackley War, I guess you can call the team. Rackley Willie Allen Racing. They have one win in the truck series, coming with Matt DiBenedetto at Talladega. Kind of a controversial finish, but you don't really have to think about this. They can easily win. Especially with Dawson Sutton. He's really young. He has some really good talent. I believe he's only 19-year-old. He did, I believe, sustain an injury. I believe maybe no, that was someone else. But these people easily have a decent equipment to win. Like they're easily top 20, cars each year. Dawson Sutton has 1 top 10. That was at Texas this year, and they only have about 6 finishes outside the top 20, which is pretty decent just for this 19-year-old and this equipment. I know Ty Dillon, I believe he had 3 top 10s last year, and that's Ty Dillon. Not the best driver to pick, but a decent driver, and he was able to get him 2 top 10s. So that just shows their equipment and the trucks. Now moving on to 5th, I have Sam Hutt Racing. These people have been, like Dean Thompson has been doing amazing in this equipment, and I know they've brought on some Cup guys. I personally thought they would have got their first win this season, whether it came with Dean Thompson, or Christopher Bell. But like their drivers this year includes Ryan Truex, I think a 3-time winner in the Xfinity Series. Corey Heim, multiple-time winner in the Truck Series. Christopher Bell, Kaz Gralla, those type of people. I thought they have some elite drivers this year, and I can definitely see them winning a race. Let's look at Dean Thompson's stats. I believe he's in the 26 car. Yes, in that 26 car, he has 5 top 10 finishes. Really good. His first coming at Daytona, where he finished 8th. Then he finished 6th at Martinsville, 10th at Bristol, 5th at Charlotte, and 10th at Indy. Dean Thompson has, he can easily get him a win. I believe probably at a short track, only 23 years old. Decent NASCAR experience. Hasn't won in any series in NASCAR yet, but I believe the win is coming soon with Sam Hutt Racing. But that's, Sam Hunt. I think they can easily get a win this year or next year. But moving on to number 4, our only Cup Series team on this list, and that is Spire Motorsports. They've been crazy good this year. Like with the pole at Texas with Carson Hocevar, just Carson Hocevar in general, Spire, exceeding, with that equipment. They have Hendrick Motorsports. I believe he qualified, Carson Hocevar qualified in top 10 at Watkins Glen. Just really good so far. I believe they're easily going to get a win this season, whether it's Michael Madad at a super speedway or a road course, or Carson Hocevar at intermediate. I think Jesse Love could, Justin Haley could easily sneak a win maybe at Daytona. He has that one win with Spire in 2019, I believe. So they can easily win. Moving on to number 3, our top 3. We're in our top 3, and I got Coat Family Racing SFR. This is the 7-car in Xfinity. I believe their most recent race was with Caden Honeycutt, maybe. Let me go double check. I know they have good speed with this young driver. And it's kind of like a curveball. Yeah, they have no wins, in the top series like the other ones I've listed, but they have, if you look at the most recent, finishes, and they haven't been the best. It's really just, starting to get going, but for their first really good season, they have a couple good results inside the top 20 with Leland Honeyman, an 8th at Atlanta. This team could easily, I believe, sneak a win. Like, you just won't expect it. Like, Austin Dillon at Richmond last year. Randomly fast. I think we can see this with this team, whether it's Leland Honeyman, or just Will Rogers, another guy who finished 16th at Sonoma. I know if you look at the results now, they're not crazy, but, I think it's their first year with really decent equipment, and I think as the years go on, I think they'll improve and finally get a win. Now, moving on to second, I have Alpha Prime Racing. They've been excellent this year. Gotten the Dash for Cash, sadly wrecked out at Bristol, but that just shows how fast they've been. They obviously, Parker Russell second at Rockingham. Brendan Poole fourth at Martinsville. Multiple top. They have, I believe, 6 top 10s finishes. Let me check real quick. Parker Russell this season has, I know, 1 top 10. I know it's not crazy, but it was a second at Rockingham, which shows his skill. He has skill. It's not the best equipment out there, but they're easily improving really fast. Ryan Ellis, okay, I guess. But Brendan Poole, he has 3 top 10 seasons. 4th at Martinsville, 4th at Rockingham, and a 10th at Chicago Street Course. This team has been really good this year. I won't be surprised if one of them wins at Daytona, especially even Parker Retzhoff. He's always been good at Daytona. Same with Brendan Poole, has been good at Super Speedway. Should have won Talladega, but let's just not talk about that. Not get into that. But this team can easily win, I think. Now moving on to number 1, I have easy. I call it Ryan Sieg Racing, just because I can. But the real name of that team, if you will, is Ryan Scott Sieg Racing. Ryan Sieg in this equipment, amazing. Kyle Sieg 9th at Atlanta, decent. Ryan Sieg this year in that equipment has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 top 10s. Oh. And I know they've won at Sonoma. That's really good. With Eric Amarola in 2023. And they can easily get a win with Ryan Sieg. Easily. Right. I don't know. I think it's going to take a little bit for Kyle Sieg to develop more, but think Ryan C can easily pick up that win this year. But anyway, that'll do it for today's video. This might come out either on Friday or Saturday. But hopefully, if you guys like the video, like and subscribe, and I hope you guys like these type of videos. On my second, time doing a video like this. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.